nothing to do with the rioting. They have nothing to do with looting, whatever is going on in Louisville. This is strictly a Democrat Party operation. And I, for one, I find it fascinating that these Democrats in Louisville have now taken Ruth Bader Ginsburg off the front pages. She is gone from above the fold in newspapers. They have sabotaged their own efforts to undermine Trump's SCOTUS choice Supreme Court pick, because everybody's now focused on what the Democrats are doing in Louisville. If they try and remove TV coverage of the rioting, Black Lives Matter will have a fit. Meanwhile, Ruth Bader Ginsburg lies in state at the top of the steps at the Supreme Court. And had President Trump not gone up there today, nobody would know. Trap audio soundbite number 1 and 1A. The President and the First Lady did show up at the top steps of the Supreme Court, and they were greeted with a bunch of chanting, rude, insufferable protesters. What are they talking about? Honor her wish. We'll get to that in just a moment. They were also booing and chanting, vote him out. Listen to this. They can't have a wake. They cannot have a funeral. They can't have a memorial without acting out, without politicizing virtually everything. And people on our side, we need to make sure that the Democrats show people who they really are. They do every day. Don't you think the American people ought to know by now who the Democrats are? Don't you think by now the Democrats ought to barely be struggling to get 30% of the vote based on who they are? But no. They're guaranteed to get 40 or 45 just because there's a D next to some Democrat's name on any ballot. No. I'll get what honor her wish. This is why there's a story from Ruth Bader Ginsburg's daughter about why she hung in there. And it has to do with Mrs. Clinton. It has to do with the fact that she wanted to wait. She wanted to have Hillary announce her replacement. She wanted to give Hillary Rodham. She wanted a woman. First woman president. Ruth Bader Ginsburg supposedly wanted a first woman president to name her replacement. So Justice Ginsburg hung in there and hung in there and hung in there. And we know how it turned out. Hillary was not elected. The Democrats have refused to engage in a peaceful transfer of power since 2016. And these spoiled brat kid protesters who don't even know what they're talking about are running around Supreme Court. Honor her wish. Honor her. It's not her seat, you people. It is not Justice Ginsburg's seat. Justice Ginsburg doesn't get to determine who her replacement is. She doesn't get to determine who names the replacement. She could have resigned. She could have retired when Obama was president and spared everybody all this, but no. The daughter says she wanted to make sure that the first woman president got to name her replacement. Let's take a brief break. We'll be back. We'll continue. Lots still ahead, folks. The voice is the Rush Limbaugh radio program, where I never get tired of being right. On the EIB network. News Radio 920 and 104.7 FM. Demand. Stop.
Keeping the judgment.
They were closer 2 years ago, Hardy, than they are now. I don't know.
Steven, we love when you hang out with us every weekday morning from 5:30 to 10. We always hook you up with a fun prize.
Win a digital download of Young Sheldon, the complete third season. Have that for you at Z101 Games.
afraid of being wrong, if that's what eventuates. So look at this. Here's Axios with a... Well, the date used to show up on something right